Hey guys, it's Coco Tarot back again with another message. We're just going to get right into it and see what you guys need to know right now. I hope everyone is doing well. So, messages for the collective. What does the collective need to know right now? Thank you so much. 3 cards for the collective. Three cards for the collective, please. Okay, we got the 6 of Pentacles. Clarify the 6 of Pentacles for the collective. The Knight of Wands. Clarify the Knight of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. The Hierophant. Okay. So for a lot of you guys, there's something here that you do for fun or that you don't really take very seriously. Maybe you do it out of a passion project, or you just don't see it as something serious. With the 6 of Pentacles here, you give your time and your energy to it, and you, whatever this is, if it's a person or if it's a situation, a job, it feels as if it's a hobby though with the Hierophant here. This could possibly be something that you work on just for fun in the background, music, a book, poetry, a business, a blueprint is what I'm hearing, an invention, whatever you work on in your spare time, that's just fun. You dabble in and out of it. It could actually be something of stability for you, or something you can build on or create a legacy with. I think of the Hierophant card as deep traditions, deep-rooted traditions, or legacies, teachings. There's something that you do for fun that could actually teach people something new, or even something about yourself. You have a strong character, or you've had a lot of character development here. And with this Knight of Wands, this tells me that you've been in a lot of different situations. So maybe you moved around a lot through your life, or you could be someone who has traveled the world a lot. There's something that you have experienced that could be of knowledge to other people with the 6 of Pentacles here. Clarify the Hierophant. The 7 of Swords. Some of you guys are afraid to act on your ideas because you think people would steal them or take from them. But on the contrary, I feel as if people would be inspired by you. Some of you guys could have dealt with people copying you in the past, or trying to mimic your flow, mimic your energy, mimic your art. And maybe it rubbed you the wrong way, but in fact, even though for you it felt as if this person was taking from you, and maybe they were really inspired by whatever you did. I feel the need to say, if you guys are dealing with people who copy you a lot and maybe they don't give you credit, or you feel as if it's not right, just know that in a way you should be flattered, because you give people ideas. It's like you do something and then people see it and they start bringing out their notebook and they're like, oh my gosh, I never thought of doing it that way. I never thought of bringing this to this medium, or bringing this to this job, or this to this relationship. For some of you guys, you have dated people in the past. They've broken up with you and they've taken slight things that you've done in relationships and carried that through all their relationships. So if you kissed a certain way, or you told jokes a certain way, or you cooked a certain way, there are people that still do those things. You have a cool way of doing things or bringing something new to the table. It's like you show someone how to do something completely different with something they've used for a really long time. I'm hearing your creativity is unmatched. It's like you do something differently with a tool that everybody else uses. Let me see if I can come up with a good example. Like, for example, I do the tarot, you know what I mean? I love to do the tarot, but one of my favorite things to do is to use the tarot for writing. So if I'm stumped with a certain character, or I'm stumped with a certain scene, I will literally just ask the cards, like, what should Sarah do after a breakup? You know what I mean? And it will be like, oh, take action and try to find a way to be happy after this. It's like using the tarot not just for spiritual growth, but also using it to write or create stories. So it's something like that, where you implement a new way of doing something, or implement a way to use a tool that other people haven't used. or haven't even thought of using. It reminds me of the Kellogg brothers. I don't know if you guys know about the Kellogg brothers who made the cereal, but I'm pretty sure that Frosted Flakes or that kind of cereal, it was like a mold or something that grew on another product or in a factory while they were making something else. So it's like that. It's like, and they scraped the top of it and it made cornflakes. You know what I mean? It's like this new way to do or see or use something that has been used, seen, or done multiple times. You know? Very interesting. You guys are trendsetters in more ways than one, but there's not an ego attached to this because, like I said, this is something that you don't really take very seriously. You kind of just, I'm hearing, do it because out of your heart's content or out of the kindness of your heart. So if you do charity work, you don't really do it because you have to or there's an obligation or maybe your parents run a nonprofit. You just genuinely are like, I like to work at the soup kitchen or I like to help at the hospital, whatever it is for you. Ooh, that hit me right in the face. Yeah. For some of you guys, even though you don't take it seriously, you're very proud of your ideas. So that's why you feel scorned when people are very inspired or they take from you. But I really want you guys to see this in a positive light. You are influencing people in a very natural way. And I really don't feel, the Seven of Swords, it's about deceit. But it's different from the Five of Swords because it's kind of like deceit out of tomfoolery or just not really planning this deceit. It just kind of happened out of silliness almost, depending on the cards that are around it. So these people that are taking from you, it's not from a malicious place. It's literally from a place of inspiration and teaching. And maybe there are some ideas that you haven't brought to the world or you haven't told people about because you're like, no, this is how I do it. I don't want everybody to know. Or almost, have you ever found a really good spot in town to hang out and chill and have a barbecue? And you're like, I'm not telling anyone about this spot because if I do, it's going to get overrun. They're going to cut down the trees. It won't be a secret spot anymore. You're holding on to these ideas. You give some of them away with the Six of Pentacles here, but there's some where you're like, no, I will not release this because what if someone takes it? And it could be something precious to you. What if someone steals my song or steals my video idea or steals my work? You're very cautious about that, even though you're a very influential person. I don't know if you guys know that or not, or maybe you are some kind of influencer or something. So I'm seeing consecutive numbers here. I believe the Hierophant is number 5. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some of you guys are teachers or you are really good at explaining things to people. It's actually a skill set that not many people have. It's very hard to convey ideas to people, okay? Not everybody is able to completely communicate on a level that everyone can understand. And I feel as if you do that. But there are parts of you or reasons that have you still stuck in this mindset of, I have to protect, I have to hold on, I can't let people see this or know this. This is something that is dear to me. When in fact, this could be something that really helps a lot of people or changes the way people do something or see something. So let's say you make movies and you make a movie in a format that nobody's ever seen, but it's a very interesting format. The cinematography is different, but it all works. And then other people start to make films that are similar, not exactly the same, but similar. And you being like, well, hold on, that they never gave me credit for that, or that's how I put the camera. You know what I mean? I think the point here is that the accolade comes in the fact that you've brought that inspiration and not necessarily the validation. If you think of a lot of famous artists, or not that you're trying to be famous or anything like that, but any kind of person that was influential, a lot of them didn't really reach that point of influence until it was posthumous or after they had died. For instance, Edgar Allan Poe, nobody liked his writing when he was alive. Everybody thought he was morbid and annoying and that he was too wordy. They did not like his writing. And then after he died, someone kind of dug up his stuff and it resurfaced. So if at the time people aren't really giving you the credit, or they're not giving you that validation that you feel you deserve, just know that some things have to cook a little longer, or just because people aren't giving you the thanks right now doesn't mean that they aren't thankful for what you've brought into the space. And people, they can mimic, they can try to take parts of you or be inspired by that. But at the end of the day, you're still the one who writes the ideas. You're still the one who implements that knowledge or that teaching. And at a core level, you can't really mimic that. You know what I mean? Yeah, the 8 of Wands. Clarify the 8 of Wands. And the 6 of Cups in reverse. King of Wands. And the Sun at the bottom of the deck. Here with the ideas. This is about leadership. And maybe you dealt with some stuff in the past where people told you your ideas weren't good, or on the contrary would say you told someone an idea and at the time they were like, that's never going to work. Why would you do something like that? And then a week later, they're doing that exact idea that you told them. And now you've gained the knowledge to know, like, oh, my ideas are good, you know? And it's not even about that validation. It's more about really realizing that in yourself, these things are deeper and stronger and can never really be replicated in an energetic standpoint. I hope this is making sense. Your leadership can't be replicated. But like I said earlier, with you not taking certain things seriously, or being kind of like, maybe not, that's where maybe people think that what you do you don't really care about, so that you don't care if they take. Do you understand what I mean? And with that King of Wands, is telling me it's not really confidence, but you kind of need to just stand in your power a little bit more. And realize what you bring to the table and its value. And I don't mean what you bring to the table like, you know, in a beneficial sense. I mean in a teaching sense. Some revolutions aren't things that trend or things that are visible over a collective. Sometimes the energy that you give to people, or the energy that you teach people, it's something that has to cook. It's something that has to sit inside of them for a while before it can really change them, or before people can see like, oh, these ideas come from the heart. These ideas come from, you know, intention and love and hard work and blood and sweat and tears. If you care about something, or you care about work that you put out there, don't pretend like, oh, okay, nonchalant. And I'm not saying that you're doing that, but take it very seriously, because other people take it seriously, and that's why they take, you know? But it's more of inspiration. I'm going to clarify this counterpart energy really quick. Clarify the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. The King of Pentacles. And the Magician. I don't know why I just heard, for some of you guys, you're very comfortable with your sexuality with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands here. Okay, this message might not be for everyone, but for some reason I'm seeing the King of Pentacles as a higher being, or God, or the divine, or something. And it's almost as if these ideas, or this whatever you're working on, it's either bringing you into some kind of partnership, or bringing you into some kind of balance within yourself. I'm hearing take it seriously, because there's something here that could really have the potential to make you feel like your ideas are actually going somewhere, or not just being taken. With the Magician here, it's like there could be someone here that sees how hard you work, and see that your ideas don't just come from this flighty Knight of Wands energy. It actually comes from your heart. It comes from your hurt, your pain, your love. But you can see this King and Queen of Wands, they're not really looking at each other. There's an idea that could bring you closer to someone, and it could be love, but it could also be a really good partnership in business. Someone with similar ideas that can kind of bring in exactly what you bring to other people. And that could help you see how, okay, I can see how someone can bring in a new energy and it completely change the way you view things and make you or inspire you to want to do something differently. Very interesting. We're going to get into another deck. But for some of you, this is your masculine and feminine energy within you. In terms of creativity, it's very balanced. You really understand how to convey ideas to people, or how to, say you write songs that really hit home with people. Some of you guys should get into selling songs or songwriting. That could be a potential source of income for you, because there's something about the way that you tell a story, or I'm hearing mimic emotions, that could help a lot of people. Clarify this for the collective. The Chariot. The Eight of Pentacles. My deck is not in reverse. Clarify the Chariot and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Princess of Wands. Yeah, guys, there's something about you really getting serious about whatever this passion project or side thing is. It's as if once you get serious about it, it can manifest something that can actually have people take you more seriously. I'm also hearing don't be afraid to be outspoken about something. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. The Lovers in reverse. What is this, guys? For some of you guys, you have someone, a coworker or someone who works in the same field as you, who is really jealous. I hate to say this, guys. I don't want to put this energy in here. It's just coming up, and if it comes up, I have to say it. There is someone who sees the work you do, and they could be kind of jealous of this, or feel like you don't deserve something. You don't deserve to have good ideas. I don't know what that means. It's as if when you do good, someone feels like it makes them look bad, which makes no sense to me, because it's like everybody can do good at the same time. But it's as if when you're in your power, or in that King of Wands, or in that Queen of Wands, whoever you are, someone else, it makes them very angry. And I'm hearing vicious. But I'm also hearing, if this isn't a vicious thing, it's like it's making someone look at themselves in a different way, or a different perspective, and they don't really like what they're seeing. Yeah, the Ace of Swords. This is the truth. It feels like a misunderstanding. There's someone here that could be misunderstanding you. For some reason, sometimes I see the King and Queen of Wands as very powerful and in their leadership, you know, very social, creative, that sort of thing. But at the same time, I do see it as a very misunderstood court cards, just because this display of power and beauty can come across as fake to some people, or come across as lack of depth, or whatever it is. And maybe this person, they see the surface level you, and they're trying to compute your ideas, or the deepness that you have conveyed in your ideas, and it just doesn't compute. It reminds me of this one time in high school. I had an English class, and I had this really bad habit in school of not doing well in classes where I felt like the teacher didn't care about me. And that sounds really selfish, but it was like, if I felt like the teacher didn't give a crap, I didn't give a crap in the class. And there was an English teacher in high school, and I love English, okay? I love reading. I love English class. Before I dropped out of college, I was a broadcast journalist major. But this teacher, I never really tried in her class at all. But there was this one prompt or paper that she had us do, and I was really interested in the prompt. So I gave it my all for that paper. And because I hadn't really tried the whole year, except for that one time, she instantly thought I plagiarized my paper, and she put it through her plagiarism machine, and nothing came up. So she like wrote my mom an email. She was like, I don't know where she got this from. I don't know if someone else wrote it for her, or if you wrote it for her, but this is definitely not how Kennedy writes. This whole thing. And my mom, she is not the type of mom to have done any kind of schoolwork for me. Okay, that was not the type of mom she is. I had to do it myself. She would help me, but she would never write a paper for me, okay? Never, anything like that. So my mom wrote her back and told her, you know, I watched her write the paper. It was her, whatever. It got squared away that I had written the paper, but she still gave me a B. for it. Maybe it was a B quality. I don't know, but I felt like she gave me a B to be like, you're still not right or something like that. But I didn't really, well, at the time I took it personally. But now as an adult and I look back, although the way the teacher reacted, it might have not been the best or I didn't take it the best, I should have tried more in that class. Because if I had tried more, she would have known that I was serious about writing and known that I had written that paper. So it's sort of like that where you can be the best at something, but if you don't really take it seriously or people think that you don't take it seriously, they don't think that it's precious to you. Or they don't think that it matters if they take it. So I think expressing yourself more and expressing your ideas from a place of truth, even if it's a little dark, even if it's a little sad or, inspired by something that you don't really want to talk about, being yourself is going to be the best option here. But I feel as if you guys already are yourself with all this wand energy. So don't worry if people misunderstand you so much. Just take yourself and your ideas very seriously because they're good, guys. They really are. The King of Cups, the Wheel, and the Emperor. We have gotten every king but the King of Swords. And like I said, the way that you convey your emotions, your feelings, and it's not even in a sappy way, it's honest. And tapping into that is really going to bring you not just wealth and fortune in the 3D, but it's going to allow you to really realize I can help people with my words, with my ideas, with my way of doing things a little bit off the cuff. And there's a lot of masculine energy here. Some of you guys could have a brother, or you could have brothers, or you could have a relationship with your dad that's really strong. But I think there can be a really special turn of events here if you really get in your masculine energy about this idea and go for it and be confident and take yourself seriously, okay? You're the real deal. But we're going to get into some advice for you guys. We're going to get into some advice. I don't know if I said that already because someone came in the room. And see what else you guys need to know. I am rooting for you guys. I want you to take yourself seriously in whatever you do, even if you just do it for fun, okay? Even if you're just, say you like to make outfits and you're just doing it for fun, you could be a stylist for someone. You could organize closets, okay? If you like to clean, if you're someone who loves to clean, you love to have all your cleaning products and you put them in your special little containers, start a cleaning business. You just never know how you can change an industry is what I'm hearing, or change the way that people do things, even if it's in a small matter. Let's get some advice for the collective here. Advice. Okay. The Prince of Winter. Intellectual, determined, focused, impulsive. Seek out an intellectual solution to your problem. The need to act quickly and decisively. Sudden or unexpected changes. Get focused, okay? Really hone in, target eyes on that project or that little hobby that you do on the side that just makes you feel good and you dabble in and out when you have time. The second you take something seriously is the second it's going to really pop off for you, collective. We also got the Princess of Winter. Inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. Information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. Okay, some of you guys, you're so deep on an emotional level when you communicate with people, but you also are not very expressive with your facial expressions, or you could come across as a robot. Maybe people have told you you're a robot or something. There's more to you that meets the eye. And with the indigo child or adult, you should look up indigo children. You could be an indigo child, but there's something to you that doesn't meet the eye, and maybe that's why some people misunderstand you and that energy came up. The prince and the princess, though, again. What I mean again is like the prince and the princess of winter, so kind of counterparts, but not really. Maybe in this deck. And the last one, the 9 of summer. Wishes come true, dreams fulfilled, a magical life. This is reminding me of Cinderella and the fairy godmother. It's like this coronation from the divine, but you have to believe in yourself. I feel like things are going to get very magical for you guys as soon as you get focused and take yourself seriously. Okay? You are the bee's knees. And some people may not understand you, and some people may be super inspired by you and take a little bit, but how can you blame them when you have such strong energy within you? And that is your reading for today, guys, and I'll be back soon with another message. Toodaloo.